Hey, good day to you all. Happy New Year, and I hope you had a blessed Yule. I know I had a great Yule. I had a good New Year as well. Very busy, as much as the holidays often are, but we are definitely in 2024 now. We're like a few days in now, but still. Either way, Happy New Year to you. Happy Yule to y'all. And hopefully y'all had great holidays. Hopefully they weren't too stressful. Hopefully they weren't too demanding. You know, that's kind of better worse than actually done. But here's the reason why I want to make this video today. One, so I can actually get out in my backyard and, enjoy the outside for a little bit, but also what we want to expect for this new coming year. So, and the reason why is because I'm actually doing a 3-part video on how we should come upon the next year. And when we do come upon the next year, we want to talk about how we heal as a community. How I also personally believe we are in the healing phase of heathenry. I know I tried to do a video with Chuck earlier, sometime last year, and it kind of didn't really go through. Bad signal and stuff like that too. But we're going to try that again here in the near future. But I also got some other videos coming on planned and all good stuff too. So you'll see that here soon enough. But, and here's why I want to start making these videos too. It's because, well, one thing I kind of noticed just through Heathen Days, Pagan Nights that we had this last year as we prepare for the coming Heathen Days, Pagan Nights is that a lot of people had a rough 2023. I think we all kind of say that it was pretty rough for a lot of us. It was very demanding. It took a lot out of us, but for some of us, it was rewarding. Some of us, not so much. I would say it was pretty rewarding for our part, but we can't speak for everyone on that one. However, one thing I noticed in Heathen Days, Pagan Nights is just when we had our bonfire, we had people kind of just stare into the fire and kind of just, and you kind of see pain in people's eyes. Like if you traveled around a little bit, you can tell a lot by a person by their eyes. You can see what they've been through. You can kind of see what they're going through and everything in between. And then you start seeing how they kind of lose themselves in the fire and they kind of just release that turmoil, maybe that even trauma or some of the negativeness that's affecting their lives. And we also have some stories of people who were in ways going down the path that weren't too grand. Usually the dark parts of our mind that we really shouldn't really be going to because it kind of leads to less than stellar places for everyone. All each peaceful and not together. But whenever they actually went to the bonfire, they felt renewed. They felt like they belonged. So I think a lot we could talk about mental health, this and the other. And don't get me wrong, it's a conversation we need to have. Don't get me wrong. There is ways that us as a community, as heathenry and paganism, need to address that as well. And I'm seeing some posts on Facebook like recovering from addiction and stuff like that, which is a good start. I say it's really good. I think that's been long overdue. However, I think we are also got some of our problems in our community too. Just taking care of our community, taking care of our fellow pagans and fellow heathens and people who don't even follow our path. Just people who need to seek refuge and stuff like that too. And of dramatic events and stuff, we need to actually be welcoming of those people who are suffering and who are hurting and stuff, but also encourage all the people who need to seek help or who need to connect with other people to come forward and let the voices be heard. So as 2024 is upon us now, it is here. We're going to be scratching out the 3s and to the 4s and the paperwork that we're doing. It's going to be great. Once we do that for a month, we'll finally get the swing of things. But as Waldy and the Wolfpack, we are actually, and I posted on Facebook too, that our goal is to heal. The goal is to heal for this coming year. And granted, is it going to be easy? No, not even a little bit. This year's going to be tough like last year. Like, all years are tough. Doesn't matter how you cut it, you slice it. Years are tough. However, it doesn't mean that we can't arm ourselves or put ourselves in the best situation to combat this coming year or even set us up for success in the coming years. Whether that's Teen Days, Pagan Nights, your own personal career, or anything in that sort. We got to set ourselves for success for the future that holds for us. So, and again, I'm going to do a few videos on the actual topic itself. This is just kind of part one of the others that we're going to have. So what can we learn from the previous year that we could bring on to the next year? Well, 2023 was very hard on a lot of us, financially speaking, or just in general. And of course, if we learn from anything from 2023 is we've been neglecting ourselves. We've been neglecting our mental health, our spiritual health, our physical health. Like, we've been neglecting ourselves. So 2024 should be the year that you should strive to actually do better, bigger, better things, both mentally, physically, spiritually speaking, and just take care of yourself and take care of your community too. And put yourself in the environment to take care of yourself. And I'm sure we all know someone who's on the struggle bus. There's a lot of us on the struggle bus of all the accounts above. With that being said, we're all on the struggle bus together. But it doesn't mean we can't help each other out. It doesn't mean we can't do bigger and better things together as a community, to be there for one another, and so on and so forth. I'm kind of being a dead horse on this because, unfortunately, dead horse is what we all like to beat. So, with that being said, to 2024, we gotta get at it hard. We gotta take care of ourselves. We gotta love ourselves. We gotta put ourselves in the environment for us to thrive and survive, and to do bigger and better things. So that's one thing too. So if you're wondering what temperature is right now, it's like -16. So it's a good time. But I'm very hopeful for this year, actually, believe it or not. I'm actually pretty optimistic about 2024. I know I'm not going to say it's my year or anything stupid like that. But, and again, we got to learn from our mistakes from last year. We got to learn from our trials and tribulations of last year. So I think one thing we need to do before we tackle on this first year is we need to reflect on last year. I know it's cliche, it's tacky and all that stuff, but we got to do it. We got to say, hey, what happened to us last year? What was the struggles that we faced last year? What are the triumphs we had last year? What are shortcomings? And again, you're not going to do it all in one day. This is definitely something that's going to take time. It's going to take effort. So with that being said, another part of 2024 is understand is do not rush the process. You got to slowly build. Slowly take care of yourself. Don't try to do it all at one point. Don't try to self-medicate all at once. It doesn't work that way. I don't think it ever has worked that way. You got to take your time. One block at a time. Do some meditations. Multiple meditations. Get some good sleep. Maybe hit the gym. You know, that's some of y'all's New Year's resolutions or not. But take care of yourself. And take care of others too while we're at it. So, and again, don't rush the process. Do not rush it. You can't be rushing your process of healing and goodwill and all that good stuff too. So it's going to take a lot of time. But believe it or not, going back to Yule and why and everything, this is important too. We had about like 30 people come to our house for Yule, which is fantastic, by the way. But of course, our next challenge for next year is we got to find an actual spot to do it because our house ain't big enough for that many people again. But if you really want to see how people are really struggling or see what people's mental state is, when you do a bloat, do a symbol at the end. Do your hosts, ghosts, and boasts. You know, first round, hail to the gods or the host of the bloat. Second round, those who have passed. And then the last one is the goodness of the year or what's going on in your life. And you're going to see, and it's going to open your eyes how we are actually doing as a community. You're going to see how our community is actually holding up, doing a symbol. And you're going to realize there's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of hurt that's going on right now. We've lost a lot of friends, unfortunately. A lot of friends, a lot of family, lost a lot of people over time. And people don't take the time to take care of themselves or to properly mourn or to deal with that trauma of that person that's no longer there with us. So I think I've kind of made my point already on that. But before I go, and I want to end this on a happy note, we got a new puppy. Liberty. Anyways, we got a new puppy though. So everyone likes puppies. So anyways, and I'm going to end on that note. With that being said, stay heathen.